So let's get started. So you're laying on your back. Get into a nice comfortable position. And what you want to do is start to turn your attention inside. And it's nice to start with paying some attention to your breathing. So just lay your hands on your abdomen and start to tune your attention inside. Just take notice of the quality of the breathing. It's not a matter of judging, just being aware. And allow all unnecessary tension to sink into the ground below. From here, you can start to walk your fingers around your abdominal area while you continue to breathe. This is a great way to boost your immune system. It's also a great way to help to resolve any tension or stuckness that might live in this area, maybe as a result of abdominal surgeries. Perhaps you've had some injuries. Perhaps you have a history of irritable bowel. There's a lot of different reasons or benefits to massaging on your abdomen. And from here, slowly, gently, easily, we're going to take our hands, we're going to rub them together. And you start to feel a heat. And then what I want you to do is take your hands roughly 3 to 6 inches apart and just notice what you feel there. There's electromagnetic energy. It's really simple. It's just friction. So let's try it again. And this time what you're going to do is you're going to place your hands on the front sides of your hips and just allow that energy to sink into the hips. Start to stimulate the hips with this electromagnetic energy. Let's go ahead and rub our hands together again, please. This time you're going to place it into your armpits. Another great place to put some energy. And you can also place your hands on top of your shoulders. Just maybe jostle your spine from side to side. Okay, one more time. Let's go ahead, rub those hands together. This time you're going to put your hands on your left knee and also your left ankle and gently massage your foot. Just a real simple, gentle massage, real fast, nothing complicated. Put that leg down, rub the hands together. Put your hands on your other knee and then also the other foot. Just kind of waking up the body in a slow and gentle way. Rub your hands together. And then just go ahead and relax. So now we're going to get into our first movement. It's log rolls. So what you're going to do is slowly and mindfully take your right hand and actually both arms above the head. Then you're going to reach your right arm across and keep your pelvis on the ground until the last minute, and then you'll go ahead and roll onto your abdomen. So you're just reaching and then rolling. Once you get onto your abdomen, I want you to just rock your pelvis from side to side. Just relax your spine. Let your body relax. Reach your arm behind you and come back onto your backside. Now we'll bring our left arm across the body. Same exact thing. So again, you're just reaching all the way through the fingertips and then rolling onto your abdomen. Once you get there, kind of hang out for a moment. You can extend through the spine. Practice looking around in your environment to mobilize your neck. And then get right back onto your backside. Go ahead and go the other direction again, reaching across with the right arm. Roll. Spend a few moments, look around, reach back. On your backside, reach with the other arm, relax, looking around in your environment, nice and easy, with control. And the idea with body flow is really to enhance the relationship with your mind and your body especially. So as you move, make sure you move slowly and mindfully. Breathing throughout the process, because we really want to make sure that we're using good diaphragmatic breathing while we move. So you can couple your breath with the movement. Perhaps you breathe in as you're rolling and then exhale as you complete your roll. And then switch directions. So you breathe in. One more time. Other direction. And just start to relax yourself. Even though you're moving, you want to keep your body nice and comfortable and relaxed. One more time here. Nice and easy. Okay guys, so from here, we're going to move into some rocking. So it's real simple. You bend your knees. You're going to bring your knees towards your chest, so you're contracting your abdominal muscles, and then you're going to pull your chin in towards your chest. Okay, so already you should be feeling those abdominal muscles working, and you're just going to rock forward and back. You can move around a little bit, so imagine you had to kind of get yourself situated in a different direction. And you should feel the ground massaging your back muscles. So really take your time. See how close you can get your pelvis to your face, because that's going to get that rectus abdominis muscle nice and tonified. Breathe diaphragmatically as you go. Again, you can add just a little bit of touch for the ground, just to make sure you don't smack your head on the ground. Nice and relaxed. But you should already start to feel your breath rate start to increase. So breathe as you go. Nice and easy. If at any point you get really fatigued and you need to take a break, go ahead and lower those legs back down and take a few moments for yourself. But if you feel like you can do it, hang in there with me and see what your body can do. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. Okay guys, next movement is going to be a bridge. So what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our butt underneath, we're going to press through the heels, and we're going to press using our glutes, especially lifting our pelvis up into the air. You can also press into the ground with your arms. And what we're going to do from this position is we're going to do some bridge marching. So keeping your pelvis square, you're going to lift one leg off the ground. Slowly lower it down, and then make that transition, putting your weight into the other leg now. And now bring that leg off the ground. Nice and easy. Nice and controlled. Okay, so you don't want to be too high, but you also don't want to be too low. You want to be somewhere in the middle. This is like Goldilocks movement practice. Not too much, not too little, just right. Slowly, gently, easily, feeling that nice, strong contraction of the glutes. But again, you're distributing the load throughout the arms as well. You can always change direction with your legs. So if I do my march, I can also shift my leg into a figure 4 type position, or straighten my leg out and add some gentle mobilizations as I go. I can even play around with lowering the same hip to the side and then press through. Okay? So from here, we're going to go back into our log rolls. This time we're going to lead with the legs. So I'm reaching across with the leg. And again, I want to keep my torso on the ground until the last moment, and then I'll roll. Now with this one, getting back to our backside, I want you to bend your knee and really press through the glute. And then lifting that leg up towards the air and then across the body. Slowly, gently, and easily. And then at the last moment, then you roll. Okay? So again, reach the leg across, keeping the torso on the body until the last moment, and then roll. And then when you get to that front side, you really want that glute muscle to be contracting and turning on. And kind of search for the ground behind you, and then roll onto your backside, okay? So again, reaching, rolling, and then I really specifically want you to focus on that glute activation, especially because we're sitting so much these days. We want those glutes to be contracting and turning on. And then at the last minute, complete your roll. Reach, roll, reaching that leg up into the air, finding the ground behind you, and roll. Okay, so from here we're going to go back into our rocking. So again, you want to tuck your butt underneath so that your xiphoid process comes closer to your pubic symphysis here. This way, chin towards the chest, and we're rocking. This time we're going to rock all the way up and add a reach. So you're rocking back and reach forward. We can also add a reach towards the ceiling with alternating arms. Rock it back, reach, rock it back, reach, rock it back, reach both hands towards the ceiling, rock it back, make sure you're breathing. Nice and easy. This has got to be one of the best abdominal exercises ever because it's practical. When you wake up in the morning, you want to get up out of your bed, got to get up, right? So we want to practice movements that we're going to be using in our daily life. And eventually, we can start to add to this movement by perhaps grabbing an object in our environment and either lifting that up and or placing it in different places in our environment. Again, just adding that practical piece. So keep rocking. Okay. So from here, we're going to go back into our bridge marching. So we're on our back. I want you to spread those toes wide. Make sure your feet are active. Nice, buoyant support, arch support. And then what you're going to do is you're going to tuck your butt underneath and press through the heels to get yourself into that nice strong bridge. From here, let's get back into our marching. And this time we're just going to march 5 times each side. And then we're going to add a reach. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. A lot of strengthening comes from time under tension, right? So if you want more strengthening, then slow down the movement. Okay? So right about here, what we're going to do is we're going to reach across the body with our arm and then switch sides. So I'm just reaching across and then coming back down. Reach, come down, reach, 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 nice and strong through the core. Your abdominal muscles are active. Your shoulder muscles are active. Your hips, your feet, all parts of your body are working together for the mutual benefit of the whole. Nice and easy. Nice and strong. Okay, last set of log rolls. This time we're going to add a crunch in the middle. So we'll start from a crunched position here. We're going to extend through the arms and legs, roll onto our abdomen, and then roll onto your other side, crunch it up. So reach, roll, crunch. Reach, roll, crunch. Now remember to breathe while you go. Reach, roll, crunch. This is fantastic for all the abdominal muscles. Let's do it again. Reach, roll, crunch. Reach, roll, crunch. Reach, roll, crunch. Remember, slowing down the movement adds to the level of difficulty. So I'm going to roll slowly, and that really helps me to establish more muscular control. Reach, roll, reach, roll, reach, roll. Woo! Slow it down. Reach, roll, reach, roll, reach, roll. Keep it up, guys. We're almost done with this one. Should be feeling the ground massaging the body. Really, really nice. Okay, so back into our bridge marching. Tuck the butt underneath. Press through the heels. This time we're going to do less of our marching and even more of our reaching. So in our march, we're just going to add a little bit of a pulse. So as I bring my foot up, then I gently lower my pelvis, but my pelvis is square. I'm not dipping down on one side. I'm lowering my pelvis as a unit, as a whole, and then pulsing through it. So I'm switching, pressing through. You can even place your hands, kind of use your fingers to touch the glutes to see if these things are on. Because I really want these glutes to become active, especially because we sit so much, right? So lower and pulse. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. Okay, from here we'll move into our shoulder reaches just to kind of spend the last 30 seconds here. Reaching through. See if you can reach in different directions. So I can reach to the side, and I can also reach above my head. I can also do a combination of those two. Nice and easy, nice and controlled. Okay guys, so let's rock ourselves up to a seated position. From here we're going to move into our side bend sit. And your side bend sit's 90-90, right? So my front leg, my shin bone is right in front, and with my back leg, my shin is pointed towards the back. But what you can do is, you can bolster yourself if you like to make sure that you're upright, but because we're going to be doing hip swivels, it's not all that critical. So what we're going to do is we're going to post our arms behind us, and we're going to swivel our hips to the other side. So swivel each side. Excuse me, and again, you guys want to make sure that you're moving at a speed that works for you. Pay attention to the sensations in the hips. If something feels sketchy, add a little bit to it. Perhaps you need to get a little bit of a stretch going in that hip. Then lower yourself back down to resume the movement. So again, I'm just adding little variations to make sure that it's working for me. Okay? Because again, nobody's going to get any prizes for hurting themselves or for doing something that's not good for you. Okay? Nice and easy. If you want to take the arms out of it, now you'll start to get some abdominal or core activation. Really, really nice. Nice and easy. You can keep your hands kind of close to the body, almost like a self-defense type maneuver. Always ready at all times. Okay, let's move into the next one. Inverted crawl with a shoulder pulse and a reach. So check this out. I'm sitting on my butt. I'm going to place my arms behind me. I'm going to make sure that my elbows are straight and my shoulders are down. I don't want to be sitting there like this. So I'm going to press my body through and above my shoulders, and then I'm just going to gently press through the glutes to get myself into this nice inverted tabletop position. If you want, you can add a reach element, so I can put all my body weight into one side and then reach up towards the ceiling. Okay, so again, slowly, gently, and easy with control. This is all about control. This isn't how many times you could do this. This is how much control can you develop through the movement. So again, I can press into one arm and lift the other arm towards the ceiling. Lower it down, same exact thing. Reach. You can start to make it more dynamic by reaching behind. And again, breathe. You want to distribute the weight of your body evenly throughout your hand, so your fingers are spread wide. You're pressing into your fingertips, and you're also pressing into your palm. But it's a wide, broad base of support. Nice and strong through each movement. Okay, let's get into the next one. Now we're going to move into some spinal articulations. So what you're going to do is you're going to get into a quadruped position on hands and knees. We're going to start with a little bit of cat and cow. So as I breathe in, I'm going to drop my sternum towards the ground. As I exhale, I'll lift my mid-back towards the ceiling, and I want to shift my body weight forward and back. Okay, so from here, I'll drop my sternum towards the ground, shift my body weight forward and back. You should feel a gentle stretch in the wrist, but make sure it doesn't feel sketchy. It shouldn't hurt. If it feels uncomfortable, scale down your movement. Okay, so again, rounding the back, bringing my body weight forward and back, and then also dropping the sternum towards the ground and bringing my body weight forward and back. I want to feel control through the hips. As I shift my weight back, I'm going to actually use my leg muscles and my hip flexors to pull me into this position. I can add some lateral flexion into the motion. So from here I can also bring it side to side. And I can also do a combination of these movements, making like a jump rope with my spine. So you want your spine to be like liquid, water, nice and fluid and smooth. Get that spine open and relaxed. Okay, back into our side bend sit position, please. So from here, again, we'll start perhaps without using our arms, and we're just going to swivel our knees from one side to the other. You can do it this way, and you can also lift the legs up off the ground and switch it that way. And again, excuse me, if this feels sketchy, excuse me, then you need to scale it down to work for you. But we want to be very mindful about how we're using our body. And a lot of times we get moving so fast that we end up injuring ourselves. So once you've mastered the movement, then you can start adding a little bit of speed. But again, make sure that it works for you. This is really fantastic for getting those hips open and mobilized. And again, if I want to keep my arms in more of a self-defense type position, I can do that as well. Always ready. Shoulders are down. Add whatever variation works for you. Okay, so back into our inverted crawl. So just bring that back leg towards the front. We're going to place our arms behind us. And this time, we're going to press into the ground. So you see my rear comes up off the ground. We're just going to gently shift our body weight side to side. And then forward and back. Now while you do this, see if you can move slowly, breathing throughout the process and feeling that nice, powerful, and steady control within the shoulder joint itself. So I'm shifting my weight forward and back, side to side, and this is a great mobilization for the shoulder, but the key is not to go too far. You really want to make sure that you're going within your range of motion. You can move your feet around a little bit on the ground. You guys remember crab soccer back in elementary school? Who would have ever thought we'd be going back? But again, make sure that as you move, all your movements are ninja quiet. So the only thing that you should really hear is your own breathing. Now if your mat's sticky like mine is, you might hear a little bit of that. But other than that, shh, nice and quiet, nice and easy. Pay attention to the sensations in your body while you move. Couple reaches. All right back into our quadruped spinal articulation. So again, this time, make it work for you. What I want you to do is I want you to feel the micro movements within your spine as you shift your body weight forward and back. So what we're doing is we're mobilizing our spine and breathing. And what is happening is we're developing a better relationship with our spine, but also our diaphragm, which is going to dictate intra-abdominal pressure. And that pressure inside our abdomen is critical for safety when we're lifting something heavy. So this movement, this spinal articulations is actually helping us to develop more intra-abdominal stability. You can add a little bit to this if you like. Perhaps take your knees out of the equation, extending through the whole spine. When you drop your weight back, you can lift your palms off the ground and get a nice gentle stretch through the lateral rib cage. Again, add whatever variation makes this movement work for you. The goal is to release tension in the spine. So breathe very deeply, very expansively as you go. Nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Okay, we should be feeling pretty good, pretty warm. Let's move right back into our side bend sit position one last time. So this time we're going to add a little bit of a reach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hinge forward over that front leg, and I'm going to add a gentle reach. So take your time, guys, because this should be facilitating a bit of a stretch, but I don't want us to hang out here too long. So we're going to come into this position, create that nice reach, but very mindfully and with control, use your legs to get yourself to that upright position and then switch sides. You can reach with one arm, you can reach with two, you can reach above your head, you can reach with both in front of you. This is the most difficult, of course. Use a variation that works for you. So when I reach forward with both arms, if this happens to be your choice of movement, I really want to think about pressing through the crown of my head so that my spine is long, and then getting that nice gentle reach. Now if you can get yourself even lower, feel free, but keep that spine in a nice neutral position. Reach, reach. And at any time you feel like you need to bring the arms back in to support you, to post up as you swivel to the other side, feel free. That's totally cool. Because again, you're honoring your body and getting what you need out of it. Nice and easy. And again, this is where in the future, if you want to grab something, we can even add an additional load to the process. Okay? All right. So, moving into our inverted crawl position. So again, this time we're going to walk around in our inverted crawl. And again, if this is sketchy on the shoulders and wrists, bring your body weight closer to the legs. If you want to get a little bit more work for the shoulders and wrists, then bring your ankles and your wrists further apart. Now I can shift my body weight forward and back. I can press through one arm and reach towards the sky with the other. Nice and easy, with control. I'm feeling that movement. So even though there's an element of contraction, there's also an element of flow and relaxation. So while I'm moving, I want to feel how my feet are interacting with the ground. I want to feel how my hand is interacting with the air around my body. You walk around a little bit if you like. If at any time this feels sketchy on those wrists, you can choose to move on to a fist. A loosed fist is a nice variation. Or you can simply lower your caboose and take a couple moments. Okay, guys. Let's get back into our quadruped position one last time. Spinal articulations. All right, so this time again, I want you to make it as versatile and as dynamic as you want to make it. Perhaps you have a history of back pain. If you're one of those people, I want to assure you that this movement is not only safe, but the way to make it even safer is to breathe diaphragmatically while you do it. Again, I can add some reaches if I like. Always adding a practical element to the movement. Get that spine nice and open. Celebrate the movement of the spine. And then even if you want to take it a step further, add some gratitude to the fact that you can move your spine. Perhaps you had some back pain 20 years ago and you don't feel it anymore. Hey, that's awesome. You don't feel it. Perhaps you do feel a little bit of pain and discomfort. Give thanks. It's your body's way of letting you know, hey, dial it down a little bit. Let's take it easy here. Nice and easy. Get that spine open. Nice and easy. Add little variations that work for you. Okay. Nice and easy. Okay guys, so next we're going to transition to a standing position. And we're going to have our feet double shoulder width apart. And we're going to do some lateral lunges. Some call this Cossack squats. So what you're going to do is you're going to take all your body weight to one side. You want your torso to be upright and not bending forward. So your torso's upright and you're shifting your body weight to one side and then the other. If this is difficult for you, you can take a book or something to elevate your heel. So that way every time I come to the side, this makes it a little bit more doable for anybody who's lacking range of motion in the ankle. I just bring it that way. Okay. Use a variation that works for you. Perhaps you want to crawl your hands through the process, but again, keep that torso a little bit upright. If you can challenge yourself a little bit and get that nice, strong position and transition in and out, again, add little variations of movement while you go. You can even kind of come up through the center, come down, come down, come down. Again, nice and controlled. Feel the ground with the feet. I want those feet active because when you activate the feet, you invite more muscles and tissues to the process. So you're nice and strong through those legs, moving with control. Alright guys, so from here we're going to add a little bit of fun. We're going to do what's called a side break fall. So what I want you to do is I want you to come into a tall kneeling or a squat position up on your toes. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one leg in front and I'm going to lower myself down and smack the ground. From here, I'm coming right back to my squat position and then I'll go the other way. So all I'm doing is I'm taking one leg in front of the body and then that same leg that's in front, that's the side I'm falling towards. So I lower down with control, smack the ground, come right back up. Put that leg out, smack, bring myself up. So again, I'm always coming back to that ready position to get up or to go do whatever I got to do. So again, with control, bring that leg in front, smack, bring it up, switch sides. Okay, take your time, breathe while you go. This is a great exercise to get the heart rate going, but it's also functional. It's preparing us to be able to fall and distribute the force. So when you slap that ground, what you're doing is you're dissipating some of the energy that your body carries as it goes towards the ground. Okay, so from here, we're going to come to a standing position and do some single leg deadlifts. All right, so from here, all we're going to do is we're going to take one foot and move to the ball, just like so. With a tall, long spine, you're going to bring your body weight forward and then come right back up. So if you want to keep this foot off the ground, you can. All right, but remember, there's a lot of different options here. So don't feel like you have to do the option that I'm doing. So as I'm doing this forward hinge or this deadlift motion, I want to make sure my spine is neutral, and I also want to see if I can keep the leg right here as opposed to moving back. That's an option too. We can do this one as well. But if you do it with your legs close to one another, you're going to develop more control. Let's switch legs. So now we're doing the other side. Hinging forward at the hips. Your spine is neutral, so I shouldn't see any, well, I won't see any, but you shouldn't see any rounding of the spine. Your spine is long. And you're using those glute muscles to get you right back up. Maintain that position, and again, you can even take your fingertips and press them onto your glutes, and you should feel those things active and strong. Nice and strong through the whole movement. Perhaps your range of motion is greater than mine and you can go even further towards the ground. Go for it. Nice and easy. Okay guys, back into our lateral lunges. So double shoulder width apart. You're going to shift your body weight from side to side. Go at a speed that works for you. Nice and easy. Nice and controlled. You can add some arm movements if you like. I can keep my arms in different positions. I can take my palms towards the ceiling. And again, I should be feeling nice, strong contractions throughout the whole body, not just the legs. You can add a little bit of lateral flexion through the spine. You can simply keep a neutral spine and hinge towards one leg or the other. Just take your time. Make it work for you. If you need a little break, come up to the top, shake out your caboose, make sure everything's nice and loose and relaxed, and then when you're ready, get right back into it. Stay strong, stay focused, hang in there guys. Nice strong leg muscles. Nice strong body. Make any variation that you want to make it work for you. There are no wrong ways to practice body flow, except if you hurt yourself. That's a no-no. All right, so from here, going into our side break falls. So this time, let's say that the first time you weren't too sure about it. Just come to your caboose and simply roll to the side, boom, slap. Then go to the other side. The key is, whatever side I'm rolling towards, that leg is straight. Okay? So straighten the leg and slap. Slap. You can roll around a little bit in your environment. Breathe as you go. Make sure that that breathing stays on point. Now, if you really want to go nuts with this movement pattern, you could do it from standing. So all I would do is lower myself to the ground with control. It's kind of like you're moving through a single leg squat or a pistol squat. And then simply slap that arm down, come right back up. Get your cross, slap, come up. Nice and easy. You can get up without using your hands, fantastic. Now for me, I have some old injuries, so I make my modifications so that the movement works for me. All right, so from here, we'll move into our single leg deadlift. So again, You want to make sure that your spine is long. So you're pressing through the crown of the head. From here, you're taking all your body weight and shifting it into one leg, and either taking this foot off the ground or leaving the toes on the ground for like a kickstand. And what we're doing is we're just hinging forward at the waist and then coming right back up. Remember, time under tension. So if you want more work out of this position, then stay here for a little bit longer and then slowly come back up. So slowly lower down and then slowly come right back up. If you want to add some arm movements with it, you can. So I can reach forward. I can reach above my head. I can reach with one arm and then the other arm. Coming right back up. Let's switch legs. Same thing. Hinge. Perhaps reach. Feeling a nice gentle contraction, but also a nice gentle stretch through that posterior leg. Nice and strong the whole way. Reach. Come up. Reach. Come up. Reach. Come up. One more time. Hang in there. And come back up. All right, guys, real good. So let's get back into our lateral lunges. Last set. So let's make it count. So from here, let's just start a little bit more light, a little bit more fluid. Just shift your body weight from side to side. Lift your toes up off the ground. Feel the entire surface with all of your foot. And then from here, let's start to lower ourselves deeper into this squat. One of the great things about this lateral lunge is that we're getting a nice deep flexion, dorsiflexion between the foot and the shin. And this is really important for when we want to get into our deep squat movement patterns. So by practicing this lateral lunge, moving in and out of this position, we're strengthening and also stretching the tissues, the ligaments, the muscles, etc., to be able to help us to get into this position more easily. Again, I'm just adding little variations. So once I come to the side, I'm going to drop my knee of the straight leg towards the ground, and I'm going to contract the glutes. And that creates a gentle stretch in the front side of the hip. So I'm here, down, contract that glute. And you can even see it because my glutes are kind of tiny. But you can see that when I contract here, there's a change. And then that's what helps to give me the gentle stretch in the front side of the hip. So again, just take your time. Use what works best for you. All right, Romanian deadlifts. One last time, guys. Single leg deadlift. So again, use a variation that works for you. Perhaps bounce on the balls of the feet a little bit. Just get yourself nice and relaxed. Perhaps add a little bit of mobilization, just some circular movements with the hips, and let's get right into it. So again, length through the spine, and then we're going to gently hinge forward and then come right back up. Add the variation that works for you. If you prefer to do these with a counterbalance using your leg, that's totally fine. But use a variation that works for you. Make sure you're breathing through the process. Nice and strong. Nice, gentle stretch through the back side of the leg with a nice activation of the glutes. Okay, switch legs. Same exact thing. Hinge. Come up. The key is moving slow, because you don't want to go beyond your strong range of motion. What that means is once I get to the place where it starts to hurt, I'm actually going a little bit beyond where I can control the movement safely. So I'm moving very slowly and then coming up with that similar speed, nice and slow. Okay guys, so from here we're going to move into our cool down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do some almost like sun salutations. Just follow along with. So we're going to start from our standing position. Feet shoulder width apart. As you breathe in, I want you to float those arms out to the side. As you exhale, you'll sit back into a chair pose. So I'm just going to turn my body weight sideways so you can see. As I breathe in, I'm going to press through the heels, opening up the front side of my body. As I exhale, I'll hinge forward at the waist, forward fold. This is where we're going to relax for 3 breath cycles. So in this position, you're going to take your time and just allow those back muscles to open up. You can add some mobilizations of the spine. You can bend the knees a little bit and take yourself into a low squat position. Press your hands into the ground. You're just adding little variables to make sure all of the tissues in the body are sliding and gliding and feeling very free, very fluid. Okay, so from here we're going to come back into our standing position. Nice and strong and tall. I want you to breathe in, float the arms out to the side. As you exhale, sit back into a chair pose, dropping those hips back, keeping the shin perpendicular to the ground. As you breathe in, press through the heels, open up the front side of the body. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist, forward fold. How many breaths here? You guessed it, 3. So as I walk my hands from side to side, I want to take deep cleansing breaths and I want to open up the ribs and really just feel my whole body alive and active. Okay guys, press through the crown of the head, come to a strong standing position on your mat. One more time, we'll move through that whole series. So breathe in, floating the arms out to the side. As you exhale, chair pose. Nice and deep this time. Stand up, open the body, breathing in, and then as you exhale, hinging forward at the waist, forward fold. Okay guys, 3 breaths here, nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Just allow yourself to enjoy the sensations that you feel in your body. Open up any tight areas, breathing into those areas that feel a little bit awake or a little bit of something going on there. Let your body show you what movements that it needs. Okay guys, so from here we're going to lower ourselves down to our mat or to our towel or whatever you got. We're going to lay on our back and restore our center through relaxation. So what you're going to do is you're going to gently place your hands on your abdomen and walk your fingers around the whole surface of the abdomen. Now for me, whenever I do this, I feel like clicking and popping in my spine. Like this helps to recalibrate and realign my spine. So if that happens to you, that's totally normal. But your breath is deep and expansive, and we're starting to let go of all unnecessary tension. Laying on your back is one of the best positions to be in to allow your body to let go and relax. So just take full expansive breaths, really committing to softening and relaxing and letting go of unnecessary tension. From here, I'm going to take my left leg off the ground and I'm just going to gently walk my fingers to my knee and then ultimately to my foot. I'm just going to massage into the foot real fast, take each toe, massage into that, massage into the foot, the ankle, and then I'll walk my hands right back down. Let's do the other leg. So again, I'm just walking my fingers down to the knee, taking my fingers down to the foot and the ankle, massaging the foot, massaging each toe, pulling each toe out a little bit, just giving yourself a little gentle massage, a little, hey, how are you? I love you. Thanks for supporting me all these years. Awesome. And then straighten that leg out. Let's do the same thing for the arm. So we'll start in the shoulder. And if you want to take your arm above your head and massage into your armpit, it's very, very important because it's going to get those lymph nodes awakened. And then we'll take our massage strokes into the arm, the wrist, the fingers, and then we'll walk our hands back down and switch sides. So I'll just kind of change my position so you can keep seeing what I'm doing. So I'm massaging into my armpit, massaging into the arm, just walking my fingers down, just stimulating the nerves so that everything's on the same page. Okay? And then from here, go ahead and lay your arms down by your